Welcome to The Grind from unexplained.co. I'm Art Grindstone. Today, power, risk, and cosmic discovery collide in a world sharply watching the skies and global headlines. Why it matters. Our safety and understanding of the universe hang in the balance as science and strategy unfold. What's ahead? First, the interstellar comet 3I Atlas races through the solar system, sparking excitement and alarm with unprecedented behavior. Then we parse President Trump's nuclear weapons testing order and nationwide guard deployments affecting national security. Next, Russia's Poseidon nuclear torpedo test raises urgent questions about an escalating arms race. And finally, we explore the widening gap between UFO whistleblowers and official disclosures in America. Catch the full stories on our site for deeper insight and analysis. Here's what you need to know. We begin with an extraordinary astronomical event, capturing global attention, the interstellar comet 3I Atlas. Discovered in July 2025, this comet quickly became a subject of intense interest due to its rarity and unique characteristics. It is only the third interstellar object ever confirmed passing through our solar system, following the discoveries of Oumuamua in 2017 and Comet Borisov in 2019. Unlike typical comets originating from within our own solar neighborhood, 3I Atlas arrived from beyond the confines of the Sun's influence, making it a cosmic visitor from the depths of interstellar space. Scientists around the world mobilized swiftly, turning powerful telescopes towards the comet in an effort to gather as much data as possible during its brief visit. This global scientific collaboration showcased not only the fascination with objects from outside our solar system, but also the growing capability of astronomers to detect and study such fleeting phenomena. The journey of 3I Atlas through the solar system was unlike anything seen before. As it approached, its trajectory aligned closely with the path of our galaxy's spiral arms, indicating a route that had potentially taken it millions of years through the interstellar medium before this close encounter. What intrigued scientists further was its hyperbolic orbit. This comet was not bound by the Sun's gravity and would exit the solar system forever after its passage. But beyond its trajectory, 3I Atlas exhibited unexpected behaviors that challenged existing theories of comet composition and dynamics. At one point, observers noticed a sudden reversal in the direction of its tail, an event rarely recorded in cometary science. This phenomenon occurred alongside a dramatic chemical outburst, releasing an unusual mixture of volatile compounds never before detected in a comet. Such a reversal and chemical flare-up suggested active physical processes, perhaps triggered by the comet encountering the intense solar radiation or interactions with the solar wind in ways not previously understood. Researchers proposed various models, from asymmetric jetting of gases on the comet's nucleus to the release of trapped interstellar materials freshly exposed by rapid changes in temperature as it neared the Sun. This unpredictability complicated efforts to track the comet's evolution, but also offered a rare window into the dynamic nature of bodies traveling across interstellar space. The chemical composition of 3I Atlas raised compelling questions about the nature of material in the galaxy beyond our solar system. Preliminary spectral analyses revealed a cocktail of organic molecules, some resembling those thought fundamental to prebiotic chemistry. Traces of complex carbon-based compounds alongside unexpected isotopic ratios suggested that this comet could be carrying clues about the environments present in distant star-forming regions. For scientists, such findings presented a unique opportunity to study matter that had likely remained untouched for eons, preserved in the cold void between stars. However, these observations also posed significant challenges. The comet's brief visibility window and quickly changing activity levels demanded rapid, coordinated observations from ground and space-based platforms. Additionally, interpreting the spectral signatures required careful separation of signals from the comet itself and contamination from the surrounding solar radiation and Earth's atmosphere. Despite these hurdles, the data collected has already begun to influence hypotheses about the chemical diversity of planetary building blocks throughout the galaxy and the potential for organic chemistry to exist and perhaps even originate in interstellar environments. This shifts some paradigms about how life's essential ingredients may be distributed across the cosmos. From cosmic phenomena, we turn to rising terrestrial tensions marked by new nuclear developments. Turning from space to earthbound threats, we unpack escalating nuclear tensions involving the US and Russia. In early 2025, former President Donald Trump issued a directive that caught both domestic and international observers off guard: an immediate resumption of US nuclear testing. This order, reportedly aimed at modernizing the nuclear arsenal and demonstrating military strength, marked a significant departure from decades of nuclear test bans and moratoria. The directive involved a series of underground detonations of warheads designed to assess the reliability and effectiveness of the nuclear stockpile under new strategic parameters. Alongside this, there was a notable deployment of National Guard units to key military installations and federal sites, signaling heightened domestic alertness to potential threats or unrest. These moves sparked intense debate on Capitol Hill, where lawmakers grappled with the implications for nuclear non-proliferation efforts and international diplomacy. Critics feared that restarting tests would undermine decades of arms control progress, while supporters argued it was necessary to counter emerging threats and revitalize deterrence capabilities. On the international stage, the tests reignited discussions across the United Nations and NATO partners, many expressing concern over escalating nuclear rhetoric and the potential arms race consequences. Media coverage worldwide highlighted both the technical details of the tests and the broader geopolitical anxieties, painting a picture of a world edging closer to renewed nuclear uncertainty. Meanwhile, Russia was advancing its own controversial nuclear capabilities, most prominently demonstrated by the successful test of the Poseidon nuclear torpedo in October 2025. The Poseidon is an autonomous, underwater drone designed to carry a massive thermonuclear warhead and travel undetected across vast ocean distances. Submarine-launched and programmed to evade traditional missile defenses, it represents a strategic shift in nuclear deterrence, emphasizing second strike capability and the threat of widespread coastal devastation. The test involving Poseidon not only confirmed technical progress, but also sent a clear signal to global powers about Russia's readiness to expand its nuclear toolkit. International reactions mixed alarm with strategic calculation. Many analysts viewed the Poseidon's capabilities as a game-changer in naval warfare and nuclear deterrence, raising the prospect of destabilizing the delicate balance maintained by mutual assured destruction doctrines since the Cold War. At the same time, Russian officials emphasized that the test was defensive in nature, intended to maintain equilibrium against Western missile defense systems perceived as threatening. This development came amid ongoing tensions around Ukraine and NATO's eastern borders, intensifying fears of inadvertent escalation. The technological sophistication of Poseidon also reignited discussions about new domains of warfare, especially the undersea environment, now a critical front in global security calculations. Adding to the atmosphere of unease was an unusual incident over Moscow that captivated public attention and deepened suspicions related to nuclear threats. Reports emerged of a mysterious green fireball streaking across the sky in the early evening of a particularly tense autumn night. Eyewitnesses described a bright, glowing orb moving silently and rapidly, with a distinctive green hue unlike typical meteor or satellite re-entries. This sighting quickly spread across social media and local news, fueling anxiety that it might be related to nuclear tests or a missile launch, concerns heightened by the known military activities ongoing in both Russia and the U.S. Government statements were cautious, emphasizing that investigations were underway and suggesting natural explanations, such as atmospheric phenomena or debris from space objects. Nonetheless, the episode underscored how fragile public confidence can become in times of heightened military alert, and how ambiguous events can provoke widespread speculation. Analysts urged the importance of clear, timely communication to prevent misinformation and panic, especially given the complex web of nuclear posturing at play. Ultimately, the green fireball incident served as a reminder of how visible and invisible fears intertwine in moments of international tension, with the interplay between rumor and reality holding significant influence over public perception and policy responses. The combined effect of these developments, the U.S. nuclear test directives, Russia's advanced Poseidon torpedo, and the mysterious fireball over Moscow, illustrates a world coping with resurging nuclear anxieties. Both major powers continue to push the boundaries of their arsenals and deterrence strategies, while new technologies and unexpected incidents add layers of complexity and risk. Understanding these events requires looking beyond headlines to grasp the strategic calculations, historical context, and human factors shaping this precarious chapter. Next, we explore lesser-known but equally intriguing disclosures and controversies surrounding UFOs and military secrecy. Shifting gears, we delve into the complex world of UFO disclosure, whistleblowers, and emerging censorship disputes. The state of UFO disclosure in America has evolved significantly over recent years, moving from fringe speculation toward official acknowledgement, albeit with persistent gaps. Central to this shift are claims from whistleblowers like Timothy Alberino, whose insights have stirred both interest and controversy. Alberino, a former government contractor, alleges involvement in secret programs studying not only unidentified aerial phenomena, but also non-human entities. His accounts describe covert operations aimed at understanding these entities' origins, technologies, and interactions with human agencies. These claims, while difficult to verify independently, echo a broader pattern seen in government disclosures and leaked documents suggesting programs operating in the shadows, programs that some argue have maintained strict secrecy for decades. The underlying narrative is not just about sightings or unexplained objects in the sky, but a complex web of classified research, blurring the lines between conventional military projects and something far more unconventional. Here's the crux. The tension between classified knowledge and public curiosity continues to fuel both government caution and public demand. Officials have acknowledged unidentified aerial phenomena without attributing them definitively to extraterrestrial sources, often citing national security concerns and the need for controlled information release. Meanwhile, whistleblower statements like Alberino's intensify debates about transparency, trust, and the ethics of withholding potentially paradigm-shifting information from the public. Turning to a related and equally contested topic, the controversy surrounding censored military interview content reveals much about how information control shapes public discourse. A notable example is the deleted interview of retired Colonel Thomas Bearden, who discussed unconventional physics theories and experiments often linked to Nikola Tesla's work. Bearden's interview, which surfaced briefly online before being removed, sparked vigorous speculation about advanced energy research and government suppression of breakthrough technologies. Bearden, whose background bridges military and scientific communities, suggested that the government has engaged in experiments with electromagnetic fields and scalar waves, concepts outside mainstream physics, but potentially revolutionary. The interview hinted at a deeper understanding of energy manipulation, possibly connected to both national security interests and classified research into alternative propulsion methods. The removal of this interview triggered widespread forum debates among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. In digital communities, discussions quickly turned to the implications of such censorship. Is content being withheld to prevent public panic, or to glove formal scientific and governmental dogma with secrecy? These conversations reveal a broader issue: how digital platforms and institutional powers intersect, sometimes clashing over the control of sensitive narratives. Forum members debated not only the authenticity of Bearden's statements, but also the mechanisms behind digital censorship itself. Questions arose about algorithms, takedown requests, and unofficial efforts to shape what the public can access. This controversy highlights how modern information ecosystems, while democratizing knowledge in many ways, remain vulnerable to new forms of gatekeeping that resemble older information control tactics. As we consider these narratives, it's important to recognize the complexity involved in balancing national security, scientific exploration, and the public's right to understand phenomena that challenge conventional worldviews. The stories emerging from whistleblowers and censored content intersect at the edge of known science and speculative futures, inviting both careful scrutiny and open-minded inquiry. We then look at scientific and speculative perspectives on alien life and humanity's interstellar future. Now we turn to Harvard physicist Avi Loeb's provocative perspectives on alien life and what it means for humanity. Loeb has become an increasingly prominent figure in conversations about extraterrestrial intelligence, challenging long-held orthodox views that dismiss the possibility of contact with alien civilizations. Most notably, during his appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, Loeb laid out his arguments with remarkable clarity and conviction. He emphasized the importance of searching for alien technosignatures, signs of technology created by advanced civilizations beyond Earth, as a scientifically grounded approach to understanding the cosmos. Rather than relying on speculative or purely theoretical ideas, Loeb argues that the detection of technosignatures offers a tangible path forward. Building on this, he advocates for initiatives like Project Galileo, a research effort aimed at systematically detecting and analyzing unusual interstellar objects that could be technological in origin. The central idea is to remain open to evidence, no matter how unfamiliar or unexpected it may be. Loeb's stance represents a sharp departure from the conventional scientific dismissal of anomalous observations, urging a paradigm shift that incorporates a wider range of possibilities within astrophysical research. Stepping back, the broader implications of Loeb's position extend beyond astrophysics and into the very fabric of society. By encouraging mainstream dialogue about extraterrestrial life, he challenges scientists and policymakers to reconsider cultural biases that have long hindered open inquiry. The conversation shifts from the realm of science fiction to serious, data-driven exploration. This shift is crucial because acknowledging the potential for alien technosignatures pushes humanity to face profound questions about our place in the universe. What if we are not alone? What technological milestones must we achieve to detect or even communicate with other civilizations? Looking ahead, Loeb envisions a future where humanity's curiosity propels us toward interstellar exploration. Projects to study distant star systems and interstellar objects may eventually evolve into more ambitious missions that send probes or even human explorers into the cosmic neighborhood. The pursuit of alien technosignatures, then, is more than a scientific quest. It is a catalyst for reimagining our collective destiny as an interstellar species. In this light, Avi Loeb's work prompts a redefinition of scientific humility and boldness. It invites us to embrace uncertainty without fear, turning the search for extraterrestrial intelligence into an interdisciplinary effort involving physics, astronomy, engineering, and even philosophy. The implications ripple into ethical and societal domains, encouraging a culture of curiosity and inclusive thinking. By broadening the scope of inquiry, we may discover new technologies, enhance our understanding of the universe's origins, and ultimately acknowledge a shared cosmic heritage. Next, we review lessons from technology's past, where artificial intelligence experiments went catastrophically wrong. Turning to technology, we look at landmark AI failures and the lessons they offer for future innovation. Throughout the history of artificial intelligence, there have been several high-profile blunders that underscore the challenges in developing reliable systems. Many of these failures stemmed from flawed or biased training data, which led AI to make erroneous or even harmful decisions when deployed in real-world settings. For instance, early attempts to create chatbots aimed at mimicking human conversation often produced offensive or nonsensical outputs, revealing just how sensitive these models are to their input data and the assumptions of their creators. In one notable case, an AI system intended to assist with criminal sentencing recommendations was found to disproportionately assign harsher penalties to certain demographic groups. This failure wasn't just a technical misstep. It triggered broader societal concerns over fairness and accountability in automated decision-making. Similarly, in the realm of image recognition, some AI models consistently misclassified people of different ethnic backgrounds, exposing inherent biases in the datasets used. The consequences reached beyond inaccurate labeling. They impacted trust in AI technologies, slowed adoption, and sparked vital conversations about ethics in machine learning. Here's the crux. These errors did not occur in isolation. They caused ripple effects, prompting companies and governments to rethink how AI should be tested, validated, and regulated before being released. When these systems failed, the chain reaction highlighted the dangers of technological hubris, the assumption that AI could simply be scaled up without comprehensive oversight. From these setbacks emerged crucial lessons for today's developers and policymakers. First, the importance of rigorous oversight cannot be overstated. AI systems must be continuously monitored throughout their life cycle, with built-in safeguards to detect and mitigate unexpected behaviors early. This calls for multidisciplinary teams, combining technical expertise with social and ethical perspectives. Effective risk management practices have gained prominence, emphasizing transparent data sourcing, bias audits, and inclusive design principles. Equally important is finding the right balance between innovation and caution. While pushing the boundaries of what AI can do fuels progress, rushing deployments without sufficient testing breeds avoidable mistakes. Responsible development means setting realistic expectations about AI's capabilities and limitations, and integrating human judgment rather than fully automating critical decisions. These lessons remind us that progress in AI is not just about breakthroughs in algorithms, but also about building trust through accountability and ethical stewardship. Finally, we explore shifts in U.S. economic strategy, reflecting a new era of state capitalism. To close, we analyze how the U.S. is adapting state capitalist strategies with broad political support amid global competition. Over recent years, the American approach to economic policy has experienced a notable shift, from a long-standing embrace of free market ideals toward a more interventionist stance led by federal initiatives. Consider, for example, the Biden administration's CHIPS and Science Act, which injects substantial government funding into domestic semiconductor manufacturing. Alongside that, the Inflation Reduction Act, or IRA, introduces significant subsidies aimed at boosting clean energy industries and reshoring production. These measures represent a deliberate move away from pure market reliance, reflecting a growing consensus that industrial policies are essential for national security and economic resilience. Here's the crux. These policies echo strategies that have been cornerstones of China's economic approach for decades. Unlike the U.S. tradition of minimal state interference, China's model has long combined strong government direction with market mechanisms to foster rapid technological development and global competitiveness. By adopting similar tools, such as targeted subsidies, public-private partnerships, and strategic funding, the U.S. signals an acceptance that free markets alone may not be enough to counteract global challenges. This transformation is not without debate, but it is remarkable how bipartisan the support has become, recognizing the strategic necessity amid intensifying competition. Yet this embrace of state capitalism carries potential risks and far-reaching implications for markets and trade dynamics. For one, expanded government subsidies and protective trade barriers can distort competition, sometimes leading to inefficiencies or retaliation from trading partners. The introduction of tariffs or restrictions on goods such as semiconductors or rare earth minerals has already contributed to strained supply chains and increased costs for certain industries. Furthermore, these policies deepen the strategic competition with China. Both nations now engage not only in traditional trade battles, but in a high-stakes contest over technology dominance, supply chain security, and economic influence. While the U.S. aims to reduce dependence on rival nations and revitalize key industries at home, these moves can provoke countermeasures, potentially escalating tensions and generating uncertainty in global markets. Investors and businesses watch closely as shifts in regulation or diplomatic stances can impact investment decisions and growth prospects across multiple sectors. That wraps today's show on revelations, risks, and reality shaping 2025. Today's stories took us from the cosmic spectacle of the interstellar comet 3I Atlas and its planetary alignments to urgent geopolitical moves seen in President Trump's nuclear testing order and Russia's Poseidon torpedo test, plus deeper dives into UFO disclosures and historic AI failures. These unfolding events remind us how much the mysteries of space, politics, and technology shape our world. For the full details and all the context, be sure to read the latest coverage on unexplained.co. Subscribe to The Grind on Apple Podcasts or Spotify to stay updated with every episode. Tomorrow, we'll explore another compelling story that connects the dots between science and society. I'm Art Grindstone. This is The Grind from unexplained.co. Thanks for listening.